What is up, everybody? Hope everybody's staying warm. Us folks down here in Alabama, we're bracing for the second wave of cold weather coming through. And while we're doing that, I'm inside the building, as you can tell, not outside with my outdoor bins. I'm separating some worms from the castings. All the cocoons are going to fall down in there, and then I'm going to separate the cocoons from that and get them incubating with, of course, the heating pads. I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit while I was out here working. I got a lot of people asking about the heating pads that I use for my worms and how I keep my worms warm during the winter. And there's several different ways you can do it. I mean, not you don't. It doesn't have to be with just the heating pads. There's several different ways. You can stack hay bales around your bins. You can you can put half compost in there, and then as it heats up, it'll warm the bin. But you put alfalfa in there, it'll warm the bin up. But with the alfalfa and with the compost, you want to make sure that you give the worms some space to get away, because as it heats up, you want the worms to have a safe way away from all the heat that gets too hot for them. That's why I like using the heating pads. If you got power, I mean, it's a good choice if you got power. If you don't have power, then you'd have to use compost. You'd have to use coffee and cardboard. You can mix that together like the bed we make. It heats up really well. You can stack hay bales around your outdoor bins. Me, as you've seen, I blew the leaves from the yard around them to help insulate them. But as far as these heating pads go, I'm a fan of these heating pads. I really like Vivosun. I got a couple other brands, with their own sale, but I really like the Vivosun personally. They work real well. You know, I use these pads for heating, keeping my worms warm during the winter. I use these pads, this small pad out here. I use it for incubating my cocoons. You know, these things are not just for seeds. You can use them for just about anything in the worm world that you need heat on. I run multiple of them off one thermostat. I do that by these little gadgets. It's a three-way plug. You plug in one way, and it gives you three leads. You can run up to three pads on this. You know, which I wouldn't run no more than three, because after that, the voltage between that thermostat gives them between four, 3 or 4 of them. I've noticed it cuts down a little bit. The two of them be a whole lot warmer than the third or the fourth one, so I wouldn't run no more than three pads off of one controller. That's why I run two out there. And you can get your little heat gun from Harbor Freight. Not a heat gun, but a temperature gauge from Harbor Freight. Get you a digital one, and you can see the same thing, because you can put the on 1 and 2 heat mat, it'll be 70, 75, and by the time you get over to your third one, it's either going to be 10 degrees lower than the other two. So that tells me that trying to pull the three pads, pulling the wattage off the one controller is probably about the max that you want to do to keep it efficient. But I also found out this year, you know, by coincidence, if you got your heat mats and you put your cover over it and then stack some cardboard on it, what it does, it keeps that heat from dissipating out past your plastic, and it makes it run the whole length of the bed. So I come across that by accident. I had a bunch of cardboard stacked up out there on the bin that I just shot the video of yesterday, that you probably already seen if I already dropped it before this video, which I hope I did. I hope I scheduled it right. And you'll see that I had all that cardboard I had stacked on them kept that heat in there so long that all my cocoons out there in the outside bin started hatching, which they shouldn't have done till spring, or that's what they normally been doing. But them heating pads and that cardboard kept it so warm in there that they just went ahead and hatched. It was a shocker to me. But yeah, like I said, if you got outdoor bins, I just named you a few ways to do it. There's probably many more ways that I haven't even tried out there that you can try it. Just do what fits your condition and what you need to fit your way of worm forming. That's how I tell them I do the heating pads, because I'm right here at my house. I have electricity in all my buildings. I have electricity out there when I had a shed right there where them two carports are. So that's why I use the pads. I 100% trust them, and never had an issue, not yet. Other than trying to run more than 3 pads on one controller, I still wouldn't advise that at all. But I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna get back on here and keep scanning these things. If you have any questions about them, just drop it down in the comments, and I'll answer you right back. And we hope to see y'all this spring, and everybody prosper. That's all I got to say, y'all. Y'all keep saving the soil one worm at a time, because that's what we do here at New Soil Castings. This is Bobby saying we'll see y'all in the next video.